I am an Eastern Bluebird with vibrant blue feathers dancing around the sky. You cannot see me, but I can see you. I fly around the immense trees and the fresh grass that envelops me with my fellow bluebird friend. Unfortunately, our population declined as our forest habitats became scarce and we had fewer places to grow, thrive, and reproduce. We also had to compete with the house sparrows, who often drove us away from our homes. But when the bluebird enthusiasts put up nest boxes, we were able to find a safe place to raise our young, and our population began to increase again. Professor Newtoff and other young humans installed 11 of those nest boxes at Montgomery College Germantown campus in 2020.
Bluebirds really take to nest boxes, and I was like, well, why don't we just set up nest boxes on campus? Students who rely on parents or friends or public transportation to get to campus can still be involved with it because it's all on campus, but they get to do something with wildlife.
I flew down to assess these new homes, and I found them to be cozy, as they provide shelter and protection from other birds so that I can build my family. Throughout the years, these enthusiastic scientists collected data by counting our eggs and our fledglings. We were happy that they wanted to admire our families.
Hey, wait a second. Why are they collecting data on the number of eggs laid and bluebirds' nestlings?
This is so they can understand us and help us to grow in these newly urbanized environments.
Okay, but is that actually happening?
They found that our population grew successfully over the last 5 years. We laid our eggs and built our families throughout the summer. In fact, there are now 23 nest boxes in my home at MC Germantown, and Professor Newtoff is working with others to research us at 8 locations, totaling 216 nest boxes. Now we can learn about my friends too.
Oh, but the humans should be careful not to touch us and our young so that they don't hurt us.
That's true. These scientists are trained to handle us carefully without disturbing us or our nests. And it's cool to see what the young humans have learned about us by studying us.
I've noticed that the birds that are more comfortable around human disturbance, like bikes, dogs, people, buses, everything, they're typically a lot more comfortable around humans.
Place a box near like a lake, there's a very high likelihood of infestation. So we learned more where to place the boxes for future research, which would also be applicable to anyone who wanted to start their own bluebird nesting.
I guess how accessible they are, because it's I see a bunch of them in my backyard, so it's really cool.
When I give a student a bluebird to hold, that changes their life. At least, I like to think it changed their life. And I hope it changes them. Maybe they don't want to research bluebirds or birds in general in the future. Fine. But that might change their perspective of wildlife in general.
Of course, Germantown campus is the starting point, but you can continue this research and help us to dance around the sky and sing to you as the sun rises.
You can also participate as a bluebird enthusiast in your school or home. We don't take up too much space, and we don't really mind that humans are around.
If you want to set up a nest box to help us grow, please visit the North American Bluebird Society website to help you get started.
And it's really, really important to maintain biodiversity. There's just so many things that go into maintaining a healthy and stable environment that can only be upheld by biodiversity.
If bluebirds thrive,
then Marylanders thrive as well.